And I got a little bit discouraged because I was like, oh, this acting class is so hard. Because acting, might seem really easy, but you have to be emotionally connected. At least for me, it's like it's emotional. You're portraying what a character's feeling and you're giving birth to it.
You were Christian?
Catholic, yeah.
Catholic, okay. So do you still believe in being religion or being a spiritual person?
I think that religion wants us to connect to that source. So I respect religion, and I think each person has religion for their own reason, whatever it is that if it grounds them. Well, I think the creativity was always there. I feel like creativity was never gone. Like my creativity has always been expressed through my wardrobe. That was my inner creative outlet. The logic thing, again, it's just interesting because it was natural.
Welcome to the IAMVERSE Podcast family. Hi, my name is Roshni, and today is a very special episode because today is the last episode of the season of 2025. Okay, so we are going to come back in 2026, and that will be the next season. But right now, today is a very special episode. Okay, we have a very special guest, and her name is Marginis, and her nickname is Jinny. And right now, she's growing as Bennu, who is an IAMVERSE community member. And we called her today because she is fabulous. Okay, welcome, Jinny.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And please tell me about yourself, about your background, and what do you do?
Okay, my background. So I was born in Houston, Texas. And at the age of 4, I moved to the Northern Virginia area. So I spent most of my life there. And that's where I discovered my passion for performing. So my childhood games in Virginia consisted of singing, dancing, recording home videos, and really just enjoying being a performer, and just being grand and big and running around the house singing and dancing. So that's where I knew my love of what I wanted to do when I grew up. It was very much embodied, without me really knowing, but it was one of those things. I'm like, yeah, when I grow up, I want to do movies and do TV shows, and I want to sing and dance and perform and own a boutique too. I used to use my mom's closet as my boutique. So I would put prices on the hangers and have her shop with Monopoly money. So I was a businesswoman too at a very young age without knowing it. And so then I fast forward, I grew up and I went to school for business, specifically in accounting, because I know accounting is the foundation of every business, and that if you know the accounting side of things, you know how your business is performing and not performing. So as a future entrepreneur and artist, I knew it was really key for me to know how does business work. So I was really grateful for the fact that accounting came natural to me. It was just one of the things. I took a high school course, and I also took a magazine class, and all of these, the creatives and the business both worked so well together. So I said, let me go and get the business background and then go from there. So fast forward, I sit for my CPA. I go to college, sit for my CPA, get it all done within really 4.5 years, like I had set myself to do. And I started working as an auditor in the corporate world. And I was started my career in the Northern Virginia area and then moved out to LA. But secretly in my heart, I knew why. And it was because I really wanted to pursue my career in acting.
Whoa. And that you have realized so late.
Yes. It was late. It was late in the game, but I knew in college I actually took an acting class because I knew that calling was still there, the pull. And I got a little bit discouraged because I was like, oh, this acting class is so hard. Because acting, might seem really easy, but you have to be emotionally connected. At least for me, it's like it's emotional. You're portraying what a character's feeling and you're giving birth to it. And so I had, a few things within myself that possibly I didn't have access to quite yet. So it was a little challenging for me. And that discouraged me. So I said, okay, let me keep going on my route of, my CPA and getting that done. But it was still like this war inside of me of, well, what am I really like happy with what I'm doing? But I loved it. I did enjoy it, and I was really good at it. I'm a natural investigator, so I can get to the bottom of problems and bring solutions to the table. So I loved it. Like, you know, I specialized in auditing when I did my CPA because the detective in me enjoyed that, and seeing like where our business is not effective and where can we help them, and so, or what's going wrong, or, you know, how are people able to come up with plans or strategies to maybe cover certain information. So anyways, but I do recall that I think the last semester of my master's program, I had a little bit of a breakdown. I'm like, is this really what I want to
Jenny,
do?
just sorry
Mm-hmm.
to interrupt, but then this business thing, what you have studied, like CPA and being an auditor in a corporate world, that was your choice, right?
Oh,
or
yeah.
a family pressure,
Oh,
like you have to study so
never.
hard to get there.
No, I was really blessed with my family. They said, study what you want.
Okay.
And in high school, I think the accounting side was so natural to me that I wanted to do that. And so, but I think that it was in preparation for what I wanted to do with acting and having a production company one day and all the other business stuff that I wanted to do.
So this was your dream, a passion. Acting was your passion.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Since I was little.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this you have to do, like business and all that, because you had something in your family, like your father was a businessman or something like that.
I feel
It
like,
came from there.
well, no, I think unconsciously my family has always been very business oriented, and it was just in the blood. And so I think that's why it was. You know, my brother-in-law too is in business, but I think it was more that sometimes, you know, you own certain qualities that are just inherited. And so I felt like the business world was very exciting. So I wanted to learn more about it.
Okay. And what's your family background or family history?
So my family background, my parents are from Central America, both from El Salvador. So, and they came and they met actually in Houston. So they didn't know each other back in their country, but they met in Houston and they decided to have a baby.
Okay.
And that is me.
Okay. So you are the only child.
I have an older sister.
Okay.
I do. But my parents ended up divorcing. So I grew up actually with a single mom. So my mom being the sole provider, and then my sister, who's 14 years older, was also helping us out, you know, because she kind of stepped in and was a second mom.
Perfect. Okay. And then you thought about this acting thing, and then you joined the industry, right?
Yeah. So yeah, finally in business, you know, to wrap it up with the business side of things, I did it for about 6 years, and then I heard that little voice that said, "Hey, there's more to life than this." And that's when I was like, "Oh, well, what is there? Like, what else is there to do?" Because I had a great career going. You know, I was landing all the keynote points that I wanted to land, like accomplishment wise. So I'm like, well, what else? Like, this had become such my thing that I didn't know what this was trying to tell me. But of course, curiosity was like, okay, I need to really figure this out. What is it trying to tell me?
So this, I heard your story, which you told me that you were sitting in your cubicle. This was a story related to this, I think.
Yes.
And then you suddenly thought about there is more to life than this, right? So this how it came, like.
Yeah.
The
It was a
acting thing.
voice. And
Okay.
I can't even tell you if it was an inner voice or like a little just offside noise, like voice, but it was a voice that basically said that I
Okay.
heard loud and clear. And I was like, and I look around and no one's there, and I'm like, okay, I'm not imagining things. Like,
Okay. And what about this Bennu thing? Bennu.
Bennu.
Yeah, you're in one more name, right? Bennu.
Bennu, yes. So I wrapped up, you know, I was still in the business world, but then I decided, okay, I need to take acting classes. Now I need to get prepared, right? Like, if I'm going to start embodying the calling or this voice that said there's more to life. And I actually started studying my numerology chart, and I'm a number 3. So it made perfect sense why, as a kid, I wanted to be a performer, because 3 is communication, performer, entertainer. And that gave me assurance of like, oh, I see, my heart knew all along what I wanted to do.
You believe in all this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it's almost like my acting has opened me up to my spiritual realm and the world, that I'm supposed to be learning about all these things, because numerology was divinely sent to me. I really didn't know about it until a colleague from that same cubicle space was like, "Oh, have you heard of numerology?" And I said, "No, what is it?" And she gave me the book, and then I was like, "Oh, this is fascinating." So that was like the first little thing that opened the door. And then other things were being shared with me, like sound baths, and I'm like, "Oh, what is that? Fascinating. Let me try." And it was all speaking to me. So I was like, "This is like really exciting." So it's almost like the me needing to embody the actor was opening me up to these other elements that I needed to learn about. And so then finally I decided, I took my acting class, met my now mentor and co-writer, and I just felt the sense of, oh, Bennu, a rising phoenix. And I wanted to use that as my stage acting writing name. So that's how Bennu came about.
Okay. And it's been how many years, like, you have been to the industry, the film industry, the acting, and you are a writer also, right?
I am writing, yeah. I co-wrote my first screenplay. So this journey started right before COVID happened. And COVID happened, and so things shut down, and it sent a little bit of things kind of into chaos for me. And so let's just say about 5 years, but now it's in the last year and a half, 2 years, where I've really been serious about writing that screenplay, co-writing it, and then now being in the next steps to getting it made. So, I'm counting all the work in progress. So I would say 5 years, of transition, which is really where I am, and,
Okay.
going.
So you are a dancer, and I heard you are a yoga teacher also.
Not a yoga teacher yet, but I love, I love yoga.
Yeah.
Yoga has really allowed me to see that physical strength, that inner strength, that spiritual connection. We say we have to be aligned, right, with the body, mind, and spirit. And I've always been really athletic. I love, to work out. But yoga was at one point too slow for me because I'm very fast moving. But now it's home. It's like getting to know my body through the different poses and what I can do and what I can push myself to do. So I surprise myself even, when I'm like, oh, wow, I can do this pose, or, if I work at it, I get better at it, or I can get to the point where I want to with the pose, right? So it's been really beautiful to see how something that at the beginning I couldn't even really connect with, because I'm like moving. I need gym, I need like running, I need something really, really active. And I couldn't sit with yoga, how now it's something that I do, if not daily, at least 4 to 5 times a week.
So are you into gymming also, or just yoga?
Yeah, I'm still doing the gym. Oh, absolutely. So I do usually yoga, gym, a little bit of swimming.
Wow, all the activities.
Yes.
Okay, and you believe in sound healing also?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I love it.
Okay, and what happens when you do sound healing?
The vibration through my body is just insane. It's like it activates all of this maybe dormant energy, and it just makes me in tune with how our bodies are supposed to be vibrating.
It works?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, for me it does.
Okay. How was it day before yesterday when you did?
It was helping me release so many different tensions from my body, like specifically around this area, which I know, like, I tend to, carry. I'm a sensitive person, so sometimes I self-protect, and I'll, like, try to protect my heart specifically. But it was just like talking to me. It was like, be free, it's okay. And it was just like taking the energy. Like the sound was infusing my body, and the energy was just moving out where I had tension. And I was like just so relaxed. At one point, I think I just like knocked my head back on the chair. And I was like, yeah, I'm just surrendering to the sound.
Wow. I don't know. I've never done this, so
okay.
I have no idea. But I have heard a lot about sound healing. Many people come to IAMVERSE and they talk about all this sound bath and sound healing. and the energy coming and going out, alignment, no idea.
Okay.
But still, okay, that's good. So this is your first time in Dubai, Ginny?
It's my second time. I was here last year.
For IAMVERSE only.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you come across IAMVERSE? And like, I didn't know. I mean, I want to know about this. How did you know about Master Sri Akarshna? How did you came across him? And then the IAMVERSE community, and then you joined here.
Yeah.
What was it all about? Like, what happened in your life?
Well, again, I feel like whenever I'm supposed to know something, it's introduced to me through someone. So I was in a gallery, in an art gallery, and the woman working there was really sweet, really nice. And she said, we started talking, and she was into spiritual work. And she said, oh, I love this person. And I'm like, who? And she gives me his name. And it turns out to be Master Sri Akarshna. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, watch him on YouTube. He has some great stuff. Like, you'll love his work. And I started watching some YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, this is really, really great. I love what he's doing. And I just started, I was resonating with his stuff, and he was doing the different virtual conferences. And at that point, I was going through a little bit of a moment of loss, like just loss in a lot of ways, because the thing is, stepping into, even though it's part of my truth, right, to act and write, there's a lot of uncertainty that also comes along sometimes in the mental, logical brain, right? And so I was feeling lost in that sense of, this is what I know, I'm stepping into something new. Am I going to be okay? And I was also experiencing, I was grieving a little bit. I was experiencing a lot of different emotions. Like I said, this was at the peak of COVID too, and there was a lot happening, right? Not only externally in the world, it was also within me. So when I meet Master, I'm kind of in this position where I'm just trying to navigate life and go deeper. I'm like, there's a lot here that I need to learn. And so Master was having those tools, like just, I love the community because you have different tools, from him to some of the other programs that he offers. And so to me, I was like, this feels good. Like, he feels authentic. The community feels authentic. And that's what I'm looking for. And that's how I started, joining. And
so you watched any video, like your friend showed it to you, right?
I went home and I Googled it based on the name she gave me.
Okay. And then you got related, like, okay, some connection came out, and then you joined the community, or like you attended one of the workshop or something.
Right.
Like that.
At that point, they were doing a lot of the manifesting miracles online, the 5-day manifestation challenges. So I was slowly enrolling in some of the activities. And then finally, last year, I decided to be part of the 108 circle. And then that's how I then became more involved in the community.
Okay. And this time you came to Dubai. This is your second time.
This is my second time.
And are you liking it? Like
I
being
love
here?
it. I love it. It feels like home. When I walked out in the airport, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm home. Like this interesting feeling. But yeah, I love it. And I think it feels like that because when you come here, it is home. You have this family you come home to.
Mm-hmm.
Because
so
it
do
is
you
a
believe
family.
in energies?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Because I think by religion, like you were Christian?
Catholic, yeah.
Catholic, okay. So do you still believe in being religion or being a spiritual person? So this is two different things.
That's a hot topic.
Yeah. I mean, just asking. It's your choice.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's a little... There's a lot there. I think that religion wants us to connect to that source, but it also sometimes doesn't teach us that source is also us, that we're never disconnected. And so to me, there were certain things that I didn't necessarily believe, or some things that just didn't make sense to me in religion that I always was very inquisitive about. So I respect religion, and I think each person has religion for their own reason, whatever it is that, if it grounds them, if it speaks to their spirits. But spirituality to me, it just explains things on a deeper level that may not be explained as deeply in religion. So I'm at a point.
So what are you, Ginny?
I would say now I'm more spiritual.
Now you're more spiritual, but still you're religious.
But
right?
I still believe in,
obviously.
in some,
Okay.
And from all religions, because actually when I was little, Hinduism spoke to me a lot, which is very interesting, right?
Okay. But how come Hinduism?
I don't know. I was just in classes, and when I learned about different religions, Hinduism spoke to me a lot, and Buddhism. So maybe, at an early age.
You have been to India?
I have not, no.
Oh, you should go to India once.
Yeah. I would love to. Yeah.
There are so many religions.
I know. Yeah.
And people are spiritual also. So, yeah.
So it's almost like, the different religions have spoken to me. There's some stuff within Catholicism that speak to me. So, yeah, it's just a very interesting combination of, religion and spirituality.
Yeah. Two different things.
Correct. Yeah.
But that's good. I mean, every people has their own thoughts and whatever they like, their choice.
Right.
We can't ask them like, you should believe in this religion or you should be spiritual if you are in IAMVERSE. It's not like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, just being respectful of what each person feels connected to.
True.
That's how I navigate life, because I want to be respected too. It's like, this is what I believe. So I tend to carry that with me. I respect what others feel and want to believe in.
Okay. So, Jinny, I'll ask you one question about your new journey, that is being a writer and being in a film industry in LA. So, you have written a screenplay.
Yes.
About a sassy auditor whose life changes when she decides to create a gown. And it sounds like a metaphor for your own life, stitching together a new reality. You are currently pitching this to investors. Why does the world need a story about finding magic in the mundane life of an accountant? Tell me.
Because I feel that there are a lot of people out there that can resonate with the fact that they're doing a job, but down, very deep in their heart, there's something else calling. And maybe they're afraid to listen to it. And maybe they don't think it can happen. And I want that story to be proof of, hey, it can. It's never late. And that's why, I feel like this story is going to hit home for a lot of people. And for me, it's also healing a big generational lineage, because we've had a lot of creativity in the family, but it's never been able to blossom. So to me, this is also honoring my ancestors and saying, hey, I'm giving you a voice too through the story of creativity finally being able to exist and be shared with the world. So I feel that those two big things for me is what brings a heart to the story and why I feel people will really enjoy it.
I hope you get the success.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's nice, Jinny. Deep, intense.
I know it moves me because I can relate to it, and that's why I wanted to loosely base it on what I experience, going from a corporate world, but knowing deep down in my heart that there was something else, and finally listening.
So you left your job, right?
I still am doing some, I'm still not fully yet. I haven't fully transitioned yet. So, but I'm still doing some accounting, finance stuff, and now also getting this movie going.
Means you are still in the corporate world, and this is your side thing right now, the
Correct.
script writing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Too many hats.
I wear a lot of hats, yeah, because now I'm
good.
also wearing the production hat, because I'm the one helping with putting, the business plan together and helping with doing the mood board and creating like, what is the story going to look like, because I'm the visual person. I know, I'm like, I love this location. I want this scene to look like this. This is the wardrobe for each character. So I'm excited to be so involved, not just like I co-wrote and this would be my debut as an actor, but also the fact that I get to put all that other work into it.
Wow.
My creative mind is...
So I think you are more of a creative kind of person rather than logical mind.
Yeah,
I think so.
Absolutely.
But what you come from, that's a logistic thing. I mean, logical background and all that.
Correct.
But what are you into? That's totally a creative thing.
Absolutely.
Like visualizing, mood board.
Yeah.
All this.
Making things
so
look
how come
beautiful.
This transition, like being logical, was logical and being creative right now? So what changed this? Like how this happened?
Well, I think the creativity was always there. I feel like creativity was never gone. Like my creativity has always been expressed through my wardrobe. Like I love the wardrobe that like ideas that come through wardrobe. It's like my artist. It's like, what can I piece together to make things look nice? So that has always been a channel for my creative outlet. And even at work, in a corporate setting, it was always like, I was always like, hey, I want to, like I would dress probably differently than, most of the corporate setting because that was my inner like creative outlet. And the logic thing, again, it's just interesting because it was natural, but, the creativity was never really gone. It's just I feel like I wasn't channeling fully where it needed to go, which is in different elements of writing and creating. And so even though it was creatively there in certain ways, really needed to be embodied more fully in this way. So that's how I feel, it's like the creativity has always been there. It's just it needed to be used in a bigger capacity. Before it would be like, oh, bridal showers or, and like, oh, let me do that. Okay, let me make it beautiful for you, and have a whole production of an event. And be so happy because everyone was happy, And,
wow.
but it was being used in, that day to day more. And now it's like, okay, we need to go more in this direction.
And when is your movie going to release?
Probably in 2027 now because we will be next year working on, if our timeline goes as planned, production for 30 days, but then post-production is what takes about 7 months. So that would put us towards the end of the year of 2026, possibly beginning of 2027.
Wow. I hope you get all the success and this movie is going to be a hit.
Thank you.
And I hope this movie is going to release in the worldwide or it's like only for the US
Absolutely
thing?
Worldwide.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's what we're looking into. Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to come here. So you'll be invited.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course.
That's perfect. Okay, Jinny. So, last thing, as you know, as you have seen, if you have seen, we do a rapid fire. It's a wrap now. We have had a good conversation. I hope so. So, we'll do a rapid fire, a short rapid fire. I'll ask you like 5-6 questions. You just need to answer in one word. And if you miss the timing, like it should be in 1 second, I'll say skip.
Okay.
So the question is missed.
Okay.
Okay, be
All
prepared.
right.
Drink some water.
Okay, let me get my water.
And it's going to be fun. No prizes, okay?
No prize. It's okay. All right.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Spreadsheets or scripts?
Scripts.
Ooh. One thing every accountant needs to do to heal.
Be creative.
Accountant.
Yes, because accountants tend to not be creative.
Okay.
So do something creative.
Okay. And LA traffic or Florida humidity?
LA traffic.
Oh, okay. Your favorite random question to ask a stranger?
How was your day?
I know this question.
No. A random. Like not just as part of an introduction. What was your favorite childhood thing to do? That tells me a lot about them
Okay.
and what they enjoy in life.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay. If your life was a movie genre, what would it be?
A movie, what? I'm sorry?
Genre.
Genre?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, comedy.
Really? Okay. Red light therapy or sound bath? Sound bath.
Oh, sound bath.
Okay. Complete the sentence. Okay. In 2026, I will be.
A movie star.
Woo! I hope so. Okay. Any resolution do you have for 2026 as it's near, or anything you want to say to the audience? A thing like a message to the audience that okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely say to the audience that it's never too late to follow your heart. And if you have that thing that's tugging at you, even if you just want to pursue it as a hobby to start off with, go for it, because it's going to open so many doors and places where you may feel frustrated with yourself because you haven't been able to access this part of you. And just even 30 minutes with whatever that calling is, go for it, do it, enjoy it. It'll make life better.
That's good. And what about your resolution?
My resolution, to have more fun and do the things that I love.
That's good. Wow. Nice talking to you, Ginny.
Thank
you
you.
so much for joining
It
us.
was so nice talking with you
Yes.
too.
And thank you for coming to the IAMVERSE podcast. We loved chatting with you and to know about you, to know so much about scripting, accounting. That's different.
Yeah, creative, they might be like, let's not get creative with the numbers. No, don't get creative with the numbers. But, sometimes it can be so mundane, just sitting in front of the computer. So it's like, just think of something creative to do. Like whether it's like coloring, making the spreadsheet color like, blue, or adding some color to the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Make it creative somehow.
Perfect. Thank you, Ginny.
Thank
So
you.
much. If you guys like the video,